home, I feel very peaceful. Me, when I get home, I get very worried because I can't hear people talking. Where I was raised, every time you go, that's where I lived it. So if I'm your stepchild, you will always curse me because the other children, they have been raised to know that we don't raise our voice when we are talking. We don't speak back to people. The environment is affecting the child. So anytime you have a stepchild coming into your home, don't lose the fact that that child is coming from an environment different from where you are bringing the mother to. Even your wife, she's not going to get adjusted to flashing toilets. When we're growing, flashing toilets were few. You know flashing toilet. The toilet that have a white seat, now they have brown and ash. That you sit on it, it doesn't respect you. You release the feces and hear boing. If it's heavy, you hear tunguing. If it's light, when you finish, all you need to do, either press the top or the side. Unfortunately for me, the modern ones in some companies, you know, in Ghana we short water by heart. So the top press, if you use some in your place and it's a commercial entity, we fetch water to pour inside. That one you can't open it. So you see, you think the devil is attacking you. Somebody had some, you know, I'm a civil engineer. We did some for the person and it says, I buy four person may have a coye, they be not toilet, no, over say, they be able to come see madam. If water will not stop flowing into this thing, nobody will attempt to open the top to pour water inside. Why? It's education. There are people in Choco, there are people in Mamplobi, when they come to your facility, and the facility has a modern things, it doesn't mean they are villagers. They have not lived a life within that area. So why do you fight your stepchild? First and foremost, understand where your wife is bringing a child from. I am not pushing you to learn, but I'm closing very soon. The content is mine. The data is mine. The time is controlled by me. Anywhere I reach with my knowledge, I will pause because this thing you are watching is proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips. The more you chew, the more I buy data. It's not like VGM made that Vodafone will sponsor, and when we ask them for the results, they refuse to post. But buy Ginger Honey Chips on 0277 609 644. Your stepchild cannot be controlled by you. You have an indirect control in your home. And because you have set the measures in your homes to control, there is no specific control on the child. But the system that has been put in the house will constantly go to control the child. So who born dog? Where is it coming from? That you have speciality in the children. If you give the children boys' room and you give the children girls' room, the stepchild doesn't have a stepchild room. Kalu. The mother is the one in the house. So if she brings a girl in a family, once you've accepted the girl to live in the family, let all of them sleep in the girl's room. If the standard is that there are bunk beds in the room, or there's one bed and there's a floor, don't allow two children to sleep on the bed and let your stepchild sleep on the floor. It doesn't make sense. Look at the space. Even hostels, bunk beds, 4 people are sleeping there. Remove the double bed that is causing the trouble. What do you do with it? Go ahead. Fix a bunk bed. 2 here, 2 here. Because your wife brought into that house, what? A stepchild. Who is the daughter? But imagine you allow your wife's child to sleep on the floor and you justify and say, inform the that form that. And I'm panesi ono, you buy a bunk bed, remove the double bed, or buy a bunk bed, then let your 2 children sleep on the bunk bed and let your stepdaughter sleep on the double bed. This is common sense for a man running a home through a wife. But look at you. Remember, when that child dies in your house, the laws of the land will not just recognize you as a caretaker or a stepfather. It is in your house. It happened in the residence of Reverend Lutrot. And the law court will invite you to tell them the measures in your home. So managing a stepchild as a stepfather, the first thing I've said is that recognize the step between you and your child. And in recognizing the step between you and the child, the conduit for communication will forever be no other person but your wife. So you cannot say that Ubani Mbumi, no, what did you tell the child in the house? You made a request. There's a way you make a request. When you are communicating with a stepchild, always use the mother. Adwa, me say me can't say, for every share, this is on the left side, no. One mommy na father konka ona mindi. The child is hearing your voice through the mother. Adwa. Yes. Yeah, the crew na wo hono mami. For every say freezer in chai. Fashion microwave no mami na timbrem ze here na mindi. What you are saying makes sense, but you are talking to a stepchild. It's true. Me na man e biani di. You are a stupid man. If you don't want a stepchild in your house, you don't make the laws after marriage. You make the laws before the marriage. If you don't want your wife to bring the child she has in your house, establish that statement before you go into the marriage. But don't go into the marriage and come and say, Obadi Mbumi, and Obi Mbumi there, me twinning in Tana, you ask me there, Obi Shawa, and Semenyo Papa Mpua. Mena me toma wudi na otoma ni dinti ayanya den otoma ni dinti ondi ubi ana otoma ni dinti a o hriama ono so hram ana otoma ni dinti omowa otoma ni dia enu sesase wonya ne papa otoma ni dia onka se won toma ni ndi ni ma me na ti awade no ho wan ene tom bibia ni nsem nyetum. Why na di ni bankum akira ni maame ni papa fie ya no ane se na amben na akola ya ye di ni nya ye kasetia no eto de bia jimie ni se ni maame na aka ni papa asem akira wo e sanse na opekete ka on pe husband enti ye se wo mbu ni papa ntia abofra no so ye saadu ya bia ye mbu no ba ma wo tie me obi di ni baba wade ase a ye nka se na ado ni maame ni do abofra ni sa na ye kse wanya kasa uba wani obeyire dada ne de o de ne mbadi na chi ba akoko ba ta na ne mbadi na chi sua nyansa ne sua kasa men kire nkola no te se de ono de onye nipa o ma na nipa efi ho ne yawo dia na nyama nkoso ofie wa e yawo yire na obisa enye stepchild. So you communicate with the stepchild through the mother in any way. Listen, you see, whether you are learning or not, I have a note to read, and I came to read it. Today, it might not make impact in your life, but the way your stepfather treated you, the reason was because your mother was weak. Yes, and I repeat it, because your mother you came to meet pushed all the children to their father. So because your father was not the man, you were not able to be pushed to him to have bonding with him. So that was my fight with Rosalie. That if Rosalie makes it clear that if you are bonding with your father, it doesn't make your mother weak. I've explained it and I will explain again. That anytime you go to a home, where look, when homework is brought from school, one of the reasons why I married a woman who is also educated even more than me is because I'll not be available every time to do homework for the children. So you're married to an illiterate. She's beautiful. She's supporting. Her educational background is below the belt. She can't even go onto the internet to browse. I agree. When homework comes, your wife will have to wait for you. Whatever business you are doing, you have to either stop or come and fix the problem. Do you know what that means? It means that you don't have a life of your own. When you are going for a party and the children bring homework, you need to come early. Because the children must sleep by 7:30. So you can't do anything anywhere. And that will make you angry. That you always speak against your wife. Naga school na ye ka se kono. Uko yanka. Enye na me ya de se me jai homework me ma. Homework when so there, and then mama say, "Who him?" I say, "Satisfying there." Say, "Me pen 9 teacher mawa." You are a stupid man. To look for a night teacher for your wife because of your children's homework. See common sense. Let your money pay for a teacher in your absence. And don't tell the teacher, my wife in school, then to me, one colony homework. Who you Jimmy for? I say, "Okay, what no. Now why you chum when him say I go school that who discover there and throw. Or catch you so go school that. And I say the school there the wale. One am a fair. Who are hombrassier? Oh, Joe, we are ding. You know what dance and Chania Humba. Yama affairs on the world and education can home. Now, the access of not being able to do the homework because she is not abreast with even those of us who are going to school. My children bring homework to the house, and what they are doing is wrong. When you correct the children, my God, the way they behave, that the teacher says is not that. When the mother is correcting, then they bring it to the senior man because I'm more intelligent in the house. If you ask me go school, cry na bema who are nyansa so bia homework ni be at the bar, where did be at the bar? Daddy, how do you pronounce this? Who shall word this? I say time I school now word your school now word went by. The year school the word nearby. When we're in school, this word was not there. It was after graduation. I could for those time they brought this word. I'll look for it for you. What is the word? Doomsaw. Doomsaw came because of mama in the dictionary. Wikipedia has Doomsaw now. When I was going to school, there was no Doomsaw, so there's no explanation. So I wouldn't know all. But what I'm driving your mind at is that your wife cannot do the homework for her child and leave the homework of your children. Why? Because the children must wait for you to come and do homework with them. The homework that they bring home, your wife should be able to do it with the kids. It is beyond her. She brings it to you to teach her. She doesn't bring the children for you to explain to them. I want to re-emphasize that to be a stepfather to the children that your wife has brought, don't have a direct relationship with your stepchild and don't have a direct relationship with your children as well. Communicate with your children, supply the needs of your children through their mother. So I go to town, I see a nice dress and it fits my 18-year-old girl. I look at her size, I look at her breast and I say, wow, this dress will fit my daughter. And that is my stepdaughter in the house. I buy the dress for her, or that is my biological daughter. I buy the dress for her. When I get home, I don't call her. Come. Why is she? Vivian, come. Wear this dress and let me see. Stupid man. Once I bring the dress home, a sensible, qualified father, when you bring the dress home, the first thing you do is to give the dress to your wife. Honey, I went to town and I saw this dress and I felt that it will fit Vivian. So I bought it for her. So let her try it and see. So you release the dress to your wife. Then your wife will call the stepdaughter. Vivian, bra, she wears the dress, it fits her. I say, wow, fata papa. Koda o papa si, ono tobre. Hey, mommy, sir. No about me ho. Daddy, good evening. Please, mommy says I should come and show my dress to you and say thank you. That is the protocol. But your father is connected to you. So he buys a dress for you, give it to you to wear, and when you're wearing the dress, your mother will ask you, she is a weak woman in the house. The fact that you have a stepdaughter doesn't mean as a woman in the house, you treat your stepdaughter special than other children. Don't forget, when we're treating managing stepchildren as a woman and a wife, I made it clear to you that give the children equal opportunity. Give them the same age according to their stage. Don't treat them differently. I told you their age is what will define what one cannot do. My 18-year-old stepdaughter can wash. My 9-year-old biological daughter, she's too young to watch. So if you carry the things and give it to my daughter, who maybe she is a stepdaughter at 9 years, and my original daughter is 18, And I come and see that as a stepmother, you have put the things, and she's washing my jeans. It doesn't make you a good mother. It doesn't. If your daughter started washing at 9, because you are not married to a rich man like me, you are living in Choco, you are living in Dansoma, you are living in Sukura, you are living in Nima, you are living in Choco Avenue. That place, they are block buildings. But the people there are not living like people who are living in block buildings. So you yourself, as a woman who is coming to my house, you come and meet the child in my house. My child's behavior and where you are coming from is not the same. The child you are bringing into the marriage, before you got to 10 years, because the father was not there and you were with her alone and you are working, you teach her by force how to cook, how to wash, how to scrub. So your child is 10 years, but she does things like 18 years. Hear me. You come to my house. My daughter is 18. She doesn't know how to scrub the bathroom. My daughter is 18. She can wash, but she can't wash jeans. My daughter is 18. She doesn't know how to cook rice. The reason is that the situation around you makes you active. So you learn because of the conditions surrounding you. You adjust because you are living in an environment where when you finish bathing, you carry the water and go and throw it away. You live in a house that is a compound house, that there's a timetable for scrubbing the bathroom. And there are times that, mommy, you are not available because of your work. So you taught your daughter how to scrub on your behalf. She learned scrubbing the bathroom, not by virtue of she being a girl, but by the condition that is surrounding her. So when you bring such a stepdaughter in my house, and you want to compare such a stepdaughter to the modern girls in the house, there's going to be a difference. But she should begin to balance. So my dear man, my dear husband, my dear father, remember that this business of marrying a woman with a child, being a stepfather to the child, be careful you don't lose who you are. Most of us have lost it because they connected us to our children. And if your wife has made a mistake of pushing your children to you, right now that she has brought her own, it is difficult for the child to associate with you and become friendly with you like she will be with the father. Don't complain. So the first thing is that recognize the step. Don't have direct connection with the child, and not even with your biological children. That is what I'm teaching today. It might not sound right to you in the ears. Yes, I am the man in the house. I am the one who controls the house. Yes, I still control the house, but not directly on the children. Your stepdaughter is old enough to wash the car. Your biological daughter is not old enough to wash the car. You see the difference? So the difference is that know that you communicate with the children through the mother. The second point is that understand the environment your wife and the child are coming from. Stop complaining. You are sleeping too much. You have to learn. What is it? Do you know why she's sleeping too much? She's sleeping too much because where she's coming from, there's nothing like TV. There's nothing like cartoons. The mother raised her in a single room where they didn't have a television set. So her daughter goes to watch TV at the other side. The daughter comes to watch TV in another man's house. But right now, look at it. Look at how nice it is. She has a TV in the house. Even the room you gave them to sleep, there's a TV there. My friend, the next thing is that understand the environment the child grew up from. Understand the environment your wife is bringing the child from. Understand the environment your wife has raised the child. Not just the environment. Understand the condition at which your wife was raising the daughter before you married her. Some women were struggling to take care of their children. She was selling at Malata market. She wakes up early in the morning and she'll go to the market to go and sell while she was born one. And the only thing she does is that she wakes up early and will put 10 cedis under the pillow of the small girl. The small girl's school uniform has been ironed. She'll get up in the morning, where they live in a compound house, she will bath, she will brush her teeth, she will do everything she's supposed to eat in the house. She will dress like a small girl at 10 years going to school, will lock the door, have a spare key in her bag, take mother's 10 cedis and go to school. She comes to marry with that same daughter. Now the paradigm change has come. There's a shift. Now in your house, there's nothing like wake up early in the morning and brush your teeth alone, wear your school uniform. The children go to school in a bus. The bus will come early in the morning. By 8 o'clock, the bus is in. She goes to the same school. So she has to wake up right now and do everything and join the bus. The difference is that the likelihood is she must be failing one way or the other. She might not be okay with the system all the way. The children don't take money to school. My children don't take money to school. But she was being given 10 cedis every day to go to school. And out of that money, she was saving something to do her own thing. Right now, she's come to your place. She's going to school with food. They carry her to school. She doesn't sit in a car. They bring her back home. So that stepchild has a different life to live. This is why counseling is important. If you marry a woman and you have a stepchild, or you marry a man with a stepchild, you need to have counseling before the marriage. Because the child you are bringing to the house was even living with a grandmother in a Fijasi secretary. In a Fijasi, most of the things they practice there, it's not what we are practicing in Accra. You know that? She will spoil your blender. Yes. They don't use blender. They use the anywhere bowl and stone. So when daddy comes home and say, Ajwa, yeah, ice cream, mommy, for blender here, she has no idea. Even she's 18. You assume she knows how to do everything. But she doesn't know how to operate the blender. So she'll carry the front kenke when she removes it from the thing, and she'll put it direct on the blender. And you hear the sound of the blender in the room. Then you, what sound is that? You come and meet that your stepdaughter has placed the ice kenke on the blender blade direct. Don't shout. Don't start losing who you are. Ajwa den aye no. Nan cross sembe nie. Say nie ice kenke. Den aye pick a phone as a man. Ya. Na obaba no. Akwadwo be nie. Ene pa onya de man wo fia no. Ice kenke keke no. Obeshi blender no makoto foforo. Moni se minim de mini sky ana. Wa fa dokro no. Or there are two blender no so. You are a stupid man. Actually, the girl is not a villager. You, the stepfather, is not just a villager, but a stupid father. You know what I'm saying? You're stupid. The child was brought into this home because of marriage from the grandmother's house as a villager. So blender is not their delicacy. Ice kenke is mashed by the hand with the dirt. And that particular ice kenke, it takes fever away. Because the dirt in the hand, when it mixes with the kenke, you feel sour at the jaw. Ice kenke, a 3D, because the muji. We're growing, do you know the best medicine? Intishinu. When they cook the kenke, then the water around the kenke. At times when you go and see how dirty the leaves for the kenke is, the leaf they use. They don't do anything. I can one me, so kawono, bokomie, onapo. Do you know what's happening right now to the thing they say we are drinking poison? Now they are selling it as corn hacks drink for fever. In China, they sell it in bottles, in Tichinu. So growing up, my mother would put sugar inside. And they buy me tea bread. You know tea bread? The one with the flour on it. When you bite it, then it writes on your cheek. Onapo. I design on a book as Kinshan. Long one like that. And my mother will break it into 3. They give me the big one, my small sister the second one, and the last one the small one. Unfortunately, the last one's own, I count it as addition to my own. Because she will start crying. Before you see, no, because she's the last one, Mama will not do anything. She will drop the bread there. Then I'll add it and join it to mine. So as a matter of fact, I eat half of the bread. Oh, no, I last one here. Listen. You see, even in our own homes with our own children, things go wrong. Why will you insult your wife that they want to spoil your blender? Because the stepchild didn't know how to do ice kenke. Say, how do I manage such an incident? When you hear the sound of the blender come, Ajwa, I didn't blender and say, damn pacho debut. Maybe train. Oh, Ajwa, Debbie. When you be dana, damn pacho Debbie. Blender no, and you say, a year daddy anti, a bit me to chat documbia. Ye no boko. For docuno, bumun kitting. For second chucha, Uba ronsa. Not the second chucha. Uchu we are. Not in swaka home. One no, odi guma ebe fitting kakra. 2 no, na yam no. when a chire say ice kenke na udi no o chire adwa. Don't forget, o chire na ene no enka ne team. But Adwa just gave respect to you because what she didn't know how to do, that even her mother have not taught her. The stepfather just used patience because the thing was supposed to be done for you by teaching her. But calling your wife and insulting your wife because your stepdaughter cannot do ice kenke with a machine for you, it makes you not a qualified stepfather. Respect the step and have connection with your wife so you can run the children. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to rest my case here. We'll continue this conversation very, very soon on the same network. But till then, if you are a stepfather to any child, stop hating the child. Stop insulting the child because of the father. Yes, the father of your stepchild could be a stupid man. But unfortunately for you, you are eating the leftover of a stupid man. Your wife that today you have married and you have been too low. I slept with her and impregnated her before you came. So if first come, first serve. I chop the thing before you chop. Stop insulting your stepchildren through their father. I believe that no matter what happens to you, one day, you may also, your children become stepchildren. Men, rise up and work. Men, rise up and work. Men, rise up and work. Gloria, thank you very much. Stepmothers, you are listening well. Dan, Daddy. Wow, I'm loving this. Thank you for coming. Subscribe to the page immediately by following the thumb under you. Just go and follow so that anytime I come live, you can come and join me. In the next 2 hours, we're going to continue with our conversation, how to marry an ex-wife. How to marry an ex-wife. There's a procedure to marry an ex-wife, and I'm teaching that one too as well. Because people are going to have more divorce. And when you divorce, we are supposed to marry you again. You be there, you baby, kobebi. The Bible says, if you marry a woman and you are displeased, she's distasteful, she's lost her beauty, you can divorce her and marry another one. Deuteronomy chapter 24. The Bible doesn't hate divorce. It gives the guarantee for you to divorce. Remember, men don't commit adultery. Women do. So that conversation in town, should men be punished for adultery? Define adultery. When a man sleeps with another woman whilst he's married, it's not called adultery. It's the management of side chicks that are biblically accepted. 0277 609 644. Be a father to all the children. But remember, you are a step to your wife's child that was brought into the marriage. Respect the fact that you are married to somebody's ex-wife and they brought children and you agreed that the children should come and live in your house and cantonment. Don't separate them. The separation is already there because she is your stepdaughter, because he is your stepson. You don't know. Remember, your children are young. The older child in this house is your stepson. If I were to be you, I'm going to move heaven and earth to teach my stepson how to drive and give him access to drive my cars. Why? So that when there's an emergency in the house, I will use him than going to look for somebody out there. Husbands, if you decide to marry a woman with a child, create a room in your heart to accommodate the behavior, the tendencies, the misbehavior of the child your wife is bringing into your new family. Maybe, just maybe, you heard something that you want to manage. Don't forget, before you marry a woman with a child, you need to have counseling. Call me on 0277 609 644. 0277 609 644. The same number can get you the ginger chips, either for sale or for chew. You want to do business with me? Just get a ginger honey chips by Counselor Lutrot, and your life will never be the same again. I am out of here, but if you have any question you want to put across on 0277 609 644, Let me acknowledge the few ones that I saw here this morning. Thank you, William. The sound is back. Thank you very much, Ako. Good morning. Thank you, Osei Deborah. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much, Francis Ayiram. Thank you once again, Counselor One. Thank you, Yah Bento. Yah Bento, when is our marriage thing coming on? Call me again. Let's discuss. I didn't see your call yesterday because you're busy at work. Oh, my God. Enima, you will win. Genevieve, thank you for coming. Nana Kwame, thank you. Gloria, thank you. Bright, thank you so much too for watching. And as I wrap up today, don't forget, don't let your situation determine the type of God you are worshiping, but let the God you are worshiping determine your situation in life. Be patient in life. Don't jump into conclusion. Don't lose heart. Wives, keep marrying your husband and be a mother to all the children. Don't choose and pick. Yes, you love someone than someone. It's agreed. But not because of that, you hate the rest. Even God said, between Jacob and Esau, I love one, I hate one. But the fact that you hate one, you love one, doesn't mean you don't give them equal opportunities. What Rebekah did affected Jacob and Esau. When the father wanted to bless the son, who deserved the blessing, the mother sneaked to listen and changed the destiny of the one that the father wanted to bless. When he came, he cried, Father, is there any of the blessing left? Give me too. When God's hand is on you, no matter how you are more treated as a stepchild, don't fight back. Stepchildren will come and discuss your behavior and how to live as a stepchild. But for the meantime, don't fight your stepfather back. Don't curse him. Don't insult your stepmother. Stop praying against your stepmother. She's not learning how to live with you. Stop cursing your stepmother, your stepfather. He's not learning how to live with you. This is your choice of your mother, to marry a man like me. I am not handsome. I am not too rich. I am not polite, but I'm your mother's taste. Respect your mother's taste. And by so doing, your life will not be the same again. God bless you. Till I see you again. Let me say a big thank you to Bodyline Clothing for my outfit. And as usual, I always have to come up, straighten myself, and thank Bodyline for what I'm wearing today. Get to Accra Central in the Despite building, and you can get this outfit for yourself. They are very, very nice shirts. Next week, I'm going to wear one of the nice shirts for you to see. That's what I'm wearing for them. Bodyline Clothing, the serious outfit. And see my shoes. These shoes, who have you seen wearing some before? Mr. Young, solid shoe. Very, very solid shoe. You can get one, Otherwise building, Accra Central, next to Otherwise, the building is called Mr. Young. Walk in there, say, I love the shoe Counselor was wearing. Can I get one for myself? Your life will not be the same again. Thank you very much. Let me finally tell you that the ginger chips, ginger honey chips, ginger honey chips, ginger honey chips, ginger honey chips. Call me on 0277 609 and get a bottle for yourself. If you want to sell, you can also come to me, come and collect some and sell and get some money into your pocket. It is nothing. It's ginger and honey. Chew it, and your life will not be the same again. God bless you. For counseling purposes, in case you want to come for counseling, you want to prepare to marry, you want to manage the confusion in your house because of stepchildren, call me on 0277 609 644. Teach us how to manage as a second wife when the second wife is questioning, when the second wife in question is a divorcee. Join me exactly at 12 o'clock as we are discussing how to marry a divorcee. Good morning. I'm out of here. I'm Counselor Lutrot. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you at the other side. God bless you. And don't forget, GMA Adonko 2021, August 21st, New Jersey, United States of America. We are going to celebrate Ghana Music Award. If you want to go, 0277 609 604. Good night.